celebrations, the reactions, and what was going on in Toronto as you guys won?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Obviously, just to see the excitement, obviously, within the city and all the fans and all that. And, I think it's just motivating to obviously keep this going and, dial it in here for another series and just get back to work.
You mentioned a monkey off the back. I'm just wondering how you feel that might translate on the ice. Do you feel like the group might be playing a little more freedom now moving forward?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I mean, obviously, a bit of a long time coming for that, and every single year you work for this
What do you make of watching Game 7 last night between the Panthers and what do you think the challenges that Florida present?
Yeah, I mean they're obviously a resilient team. I mean, pretty exciting game, obviously. Just back and forth and everything, but they earned the right to have the confidence. Obviously, after knocking off a team like Boston, and I'm sure they're going to be coming in here with confidence. And I think we could say the same about our group. And like I said, just got to refocus, get ready for battle here, and just be happy and excited about the opportunity that we have in front of us.
What do you think it will be like to battle Matthew Tkachuk in a best of 7?
Yeah, he's a competitor. I mean, you saw it all series there. He's, heart and soul of that team, and he's just a gamer, and he's going to be out there competing and doing what he does best. And so, he's a guy that you have to be aware of when he's out on the ice, and he's a big difference maker for them.
Do you remember the first time you saw him play?
Yeah, we played. I guess the first time we played against each other was 14-15, and probably a year before we were teammates at the national program.
What was it like to remember from that?
He's silky, really good hands, and just a competitor, and obviously his game hasn't really changed much. He plays with an edge. He's in front of the net all the time, and he's physical. He does a lot of the little things that maybe aren't as fancy or don't get as much recognition. But he's an extremely smart player, and like I said, he's been a big difference maker with this team.
What's it like playing with a fellow Arizonan on your line, and what do you make of how he's handling? I think he was on for every overtime goal in the Tampa series.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, I think he's just soaking this all in and just enjoying being in the moment and just having fun. And he's been playing really well for us. And like you said, he's making a difference out there. Really nice play. He made a little slip pass to John there in overtime. But he's got a lot of confidence, as he should. He's a big man, and he's strong on the pucks, and he does a lot of the little things that maybe you wouldn't expect a young guy like him to do. So he's been playing really well, and you just want to continue to kind of gel and mesh together and just play well.
Did you watch the game last night with any of your teammates?
No.
What was it like for you to see the scenes and celebrations after you guys got the job done?
Yeah, it was cool. It's cool just to see City erupt like that. Got to see it as well in the Raptors. Obviously, that was a little different of a scenario, but it was cool.
Auston talked about, and all you guys talked about the mental hurdle, just getting over that hump. Do you feel like that will translate on the ice moving forward now? Like you guys might be playing with a little more freedom?
Maybe, I don't know. I think, we just try to keep that freedom in our minds the whole time. So you try not to think about things. You just go out there and play the game.
Does it feel different now that you're past that?
I don't know, not really. Just trying to. You want to play as long as you can, so just try to keep coming to this rink and being able to do it.
What comes to mind when you think of the Panthers, Mitch?
A lot of speed. Come at you with a lot of speed, a lot of quickness. Guys that can make a lot of plays on you, and if you turn over pucks, they can make you pay for it. So we gotta make sure we're good with our touches and back and supporting each other.
Were you watching the game last night, Mitch, or did you just zone out until you figured out who it was?
No, I think probably everyone was watching that game last night. I was sitting at home doing nothing else, so just threw that on and was watching it.
What do you think it will be like to battle Tkachuk over a best of 7 series?
Yeah, I mean, obviously what he did in that round one is been talked about a lot. He did a great job. So I think for us, we know what kind of player he's going to try to be, and that's around the net. Trying to get in faces and stuff like that. So for us, just making sure we're trying to do our best to keep him off our goalie. Try to stay out of the funny business after whistles.
What was your phone like after Game 6 when you guys clinched? Like, what do you hear from friends and family?
Just a lot of excitement. A lot of videos of buddies at bars getting after it pretty hard. So that's probably like a lot of guys in this room that are from Toronto or even from Canada. A lot of friends cheering on the Toronto Maple Leafs. So it was, like I said, a cool moment to see. It was a cool thing to feel their love and appreciation, and but at the same time, we were trying to do something special here, so we were trying to keep in mind at the goal at ease.
Confident. Go ahead. Confidence in the group, you're not thinking too far ahead. We all see the paths of the conference now open. You guys aren't thinking about that sort of thing, just
No, I mean, we got a lot of games ahead of us here. We got a hungry team that's coming into this building, so we got to make sure we're just ready for every game, and we don't look ahead at any game. We're just here in the moment now and enjoying it, and trying to just live in that moment.
Now that you have some more runway, what does this mean, do you think, for your playoff beer?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Just hopefully, like I said, just try to keep playing as long as we can, and but we got to focus on the day here, and just not looking too far ahead.
What was it like in the line with all those, once it was over, all those guys you'd won cups with and they're friends with?
Yeah. I mean, it's a strange feeling. Obviously, you're been on some handshakes on the other side with those guys too. So I mean, obviously a lot of good buddies out there. Guys that you've gone to battle with and turn around, you go to battle against, and I think the whole group did a good job. I mean, those guys are, you got to give them a lot of credit. Tampa did a heck of a job that series. I mean, they came at us. They didn't let foot off the gas at all the entire series, and gave us everything we could handle. And it came down to a few bounces here and there, but yeah, a lot of good buddies on that side, and it's nice to be on this side of it. That's
now
for
you got Kachuk and Bennett coming in to kind of surround your crease, sometimes in the crease. What kind of obstacles do they present?
Yeah, I mean, obviously those guys are effective players, in particular down low, beneath the goal line, beneath the circles. Create a lot of havoc around the crease, and create a lot of offense just through forecheck and kind of buzzing around the net. So they got a few guys like that. Cousins is kind of in there too, and obviously they got some guys who can make some plays off the rush too with a lot of skill. They got Duclair and Barkov and guys like that. So I mean, for Hagee obviously. So yeah, I mean, give them credit. They had a heck of a series there. They played great. They've kind of been playing playoff hockey here for the last month or two, and they've obviously adapted their game to play a certain style. They're probably a little more high flying off the rush in pass than they've been playing the last couple months, and they've definitely earned the position that they're in. It's going to be a tough task for us.
You mentioned it's not in the back of your mind now, this first round thing. I'm wondering, it feels like a lot of guys relate how that might translate on the ice. Do you sense that maybe the group will be a little more free?
Yes and no. I mean, that's, like I said, that's one step. But in saying that, with the next series comes a new set of challenges. So obviously you feel a sense of accomplishment for maybe 24 hours, and then it's kind of on to the next challenge. And that's kind of how I feel personally. I mean, it doesn't matter what you've accomplished in the past. It's all in the past, and a new set of challenges. And you want to remain present. Obviously, there's goals in mind, but you got to stay in the present moment. And like I said, it could give guys confidence for sure, knowing that you're capable of it. But in saying that too, there's a ton of obstacles, still that we got to overcome.
What was it like to see all the scenes in Toronto? Like the celebration, what you guys...
Wild. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, couldn't imagine being, in the city at that time and downtown just with all the fans, just all the jerseys and how passionate they were. And it seems like it brought a ton of people a lot of joy. A lot of people have kind of been waiting for that moment. And, just exciting. You see all the smiles and, people reaching out to one another, and kind of brings a lot of people closer together too. I feel like a lot of people obviously, got some, probably grew up with a lot of history, talking with the Leafs with their parents or grandparents or friends, and it just it brings people together, which is pretty cool to see, and that's what you want sports to be.
Did Maroon have a message for you on the handshake? Saw some laughing.
We just said, basically, is rather play on the same team together and battle one another. Obviously, we he came at me a few times that series, and just wanted to stick up for teammates, and he's a hard guy to play. Obviously, he's been to 4 finals in a row for a reason. He's a valuable player to have on your team, and at the end of the day, he's a great buddy. I mean, I talked to him after the game again too, and definitely a guy who I'll be buddies with. Just based on the experiences we've had together in our hockey career, and he's a warrior on the ice, and definitely, it was a tough battle.
Good. Thanks for asking. It felt great to be back out there, getting to see the pace of practice again. So I had a blast out there today, and feeling great.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been dealing with?
Just the protocol, same steps that that we always take. Just trying to work my way back, and feeling really good now. Felt great out there today. So I'm happy to be back.
You've been through so much. The highs of winning the Stanley Cup a couple of times, the lows of missing games due to injury and all that. How does this low compare and the high of getting back in if you do?
It's unfortunate. The way it happened was obviously pretty fluky and really unfortunate. But like you said, I'm happy to be back here now and taking things one day at a time. And getting back out there today was a blast. Like I said, just working on moving forward, getting better and better here one day at a time. So a lot of excitement for sure.
What's your sense of the confidence of the group?
Well, I think it shows the way we've been playing. It was a heck of a series, and one that we earned the victory, and I think guys are feeling really good. But there's also a lot of resolve in this room, and you can tell that the job's not done. We're taking things one day at a time. So, like I said, a lot of excitement.
How did Ilya, in your mind, raise his game in the first round?
Yeah, I thought he was great. I thought especially his response to the ups and downs of the playoffs. He was incredible. I thought he was the reason that we won a couple games, and kept the guys in it all series long. And kind of like he's been doing all season, to be honest. He's been awesome for us all year.
It's a 3-goalie situation, I gather, for the playoffs. Are you comfortable with any of the roles?
Yeah, my job is to do whatever is asked of me to put the team in the best chance to be successful, and that's exactly what I'll do.
How have you kept kind of a positive mindset throughout the season in general, just when you play so well and then things crop up and take you out of the game?
Yeah, it's just that's kind of the way the season goes. I think it's a microcosm of the playoffs too. There's highs and lows, there's ups and downs. You just take things one day at a time. Same thing, like I always say. It probably sounds cliche the amount of times that I say it, but it really is the way I try to approach things, and that that keeps me in the moment.
Sheldon, what's the biggest challenge the Florida Panthers pose to you?
Well, there's a lot of speed, a lot of skill on the team. Obviously, they're really confident, not just because of how they just got through, a juggernaut in the Boston Bruins, but just also with how they played down the stretch to earn a playoff spot to begin with. They were playing extremely well, and obviously have a lot of belief in their group, and they carried that right into the playoffs. So I think in a lot of ways, the type of series it's going to be would be very similar to the one that we just went through.
A lot of the guys have talked about the feeling of relief coming off that, finally getting over the hump. I'm wondering how you feel like that might translate on the ice for you guys, if at all, like if there's be more freedom, or just in general how you see that.
Yeah, well, it remains to be seen how that affects us, it certainly is a sense of relief, and you take a bit of a breath. Obviously, it's a big step and big hurdle that we've finally pushed through here to earn the right to play in round 2. But now the challenge for us then is to use that as fuel to continue to get better and go, rather than get comfortable. Because obviously you want to be confident, yet comfortable or complacent there's no room for that in the playoffs, and certainly in round 2. So after tonight, there's going to be only 8 teams remaining, and it's great to be one of those 8 out of 32. But we've got to continue to make sure we play with lots of edge, and obviously we were looking to have a much better start to the series than we had last time around.
What did you see from Bunting as he got back in the lineup last night?
I thought he had a tremendous jump. I thought he was really focused. He just went out and played, competed hard. I don't think he was distracted by anything or concerned about anything other than doing what he had to do to play well for us. So I really liked how he approached the game and how he performed in the game itself.
There's a lot of talk in the playoffs about needing to find a way to elevate your game at this time of the year. What do you say about Morgan Riley and how he was able to do that in the first round?
Yeah, it's just tremendous, to find that level of contribution offensively, for a guy that was trying to find it all season and to come through in such critical moments for us. That's, as you say, is exactly what you need from your team. And, I was going to say your best people, but you need it from your team all the way through, regardless of how much you play or what your role is. You need guys in different ways to step up, and Morgan is one of a long list of guys that gave us tremendous contributions.
What do you deal with Chuck?
Well, there's a lot to handle there, right? In terms of how he plays, and when I say how he plays, I mean he's so dynamic in that he can hurt you on the rush. He can make a play. He can score a goal. He's going to drive the net. He's going to be around the crease. He's as good as any player in the NHL behind the goal line and along the back wall. So there's a lot to handle there, and then there's obviously the emotion, energy he brings to the game. So for us, we try to neutralize him as much as we can in terms of his abilities to play with the puck and play on offense, and how he really drives their team, but also not get distracted as he would like us to be with any of the other stuff outside of the gameplay.
What do you make of how Liljegren stepped in for Game 6?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. It's not an easy circumstance, both in you're stepping on the treadmill. It's flying 100 miles an hour there in Game 6 in the series, and still a young defenseman. And then also we're playing 7 defensemen, so you're not really in the regular routine. But I thought he did a nice job for us, in a difficult spot. But as I had talked to him about, during the series when he was out, you got to stay ready, because when you're called upon, it's going to be at a very important time. The more the games you play, the more the series moves along, the more critical and the higher the stakes. So it's that much more important that you just stay focused, stay sharp, as difficult as it may be. And obviously, because of how he played, tells me that he was in a good place mentally. He was prepared, and then on the ice, the work that he had been doing, with the coaches and development staff to stay sharp and stay ready, all paid off.
How did Schenn help Morgan rediscover his game in the first round? Do you think that's the right way to put it?
Yeah, both guys. I mean, we're so good. It's hard to say. Obviously, they complemented each other well in lots of ways. Luke obviously has the ability to be real strong around the nets and defend real hard and be in good spots and all of that. But also the way he moved the puck. He was as good as the guy we had at moving the puck out from our own end. Just the composure that he had and the confidence maybe comes through, the experience, whatever it is. But it really, really helped those guys, in a series where it was hard for us to get out of our end. I thought, those two guys had a tremendous amount of success with it, and that's why, they were able to get the results that they had in the series, So I thought both guys found another level that obviously helped us significantly.
Is it like I said that it was a motivating thing to see the reaction back home to the win? What was it like for you as a local guy, and do you think there's something to that it's a motivating factor?
Well, it certainly is a motivating factor for sure, and for different people it would be higher on the list or lower on the list, depending. Everybody's got their own motivations. There's the internal ones, there's the selfish ones that are all about you, and then there's some ones that are about the team, and then there's ones that are about your family, and then there's, about the fans and Leafs Nation, all of that. And when you come to a place like Toronto, all of those things are in play. And I think it's tremendous, to see the reaction, and how invested people are in Leafs hockey. We remind our team often of that through the regular season, even just how special it is to be a part of this, and we're working towards something that is greater than ourselves. So, as I said the other night, it was a long time coming. So, for them to be able to have that night is great, and obviously even better that they'll get to come back to Scotiabank Arena tomorrow.
How about Matt Murray?
Murray was on the ice today.
Last question.
Where does that put him in terms of his, joining the lineup here soon?
Yeah, not exactly sure where that would put him in terms of joining the lineup, but he is going to be part of our group now. And today was a good step in getting part of practice. Obviously, Shalgren was our third goaltender in the last series, so now with Murray, he'll continue to be the third guy here until I'm told he's in a different spot or is able to back up, and then we'll make a decision there. But as for right now, it was really just good to see him up in practice, and when the time comes in the series, I suspect he'll travel with us and take it from there.